What's good, YouTube? And today we back with another one again, man. I just been on YouTube just rambling and gambling. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't too much hot music out and whatever, so I just ran across this video right here, and it reads "Immoral Parenting." And we're gonna shout this channel out. 'Cause I am reviewing their content. Um, social crime, and criminal psychology, and I'll probably leave a link in the description. Tune into them. But let's get this video started, man. If you're new here, just like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're always informed when I drop a new video. Is that a dyke or is that a female or a male? That voice was kind of like, you heard that in the beginning. Like, it sound like a little kind of, sound kind of feminine voice, but the subject does look a little masculine. You heard that? Oh shit!
There are a total of 3 911 calls made the morning Amari Nicholson was reported missing. The first call by his mother, Taylor Nicholson.
Hi, I need to report an Amber Alert.
Okay, who's missing that you know?
My son,
How old's your son?
he'll be 3 in October.
Where did you last see him?
My apartment, somebody came knocking on the door. My boyfriend thought it was related to us, and she ran out the door with my baby.
Okay, what address did this happen at?
It's the Emerald Suite, Building J. I'm in
Okay.
Colorado visiting my mom right now, so I'm not in Vegas.
Did somebody
But I'm
already call
catching the
this
first
in?
flight. No, I'm the first person.
Why didn't anybody call this in earlier?
I just
Right.
found out about it. It just happened.
Oh no, why didn't they call us?
Exactly. Why ain't called?
They called me and I panicked and called you guys.
Do we know who might have taken the child or no idea?
At this point, I don't know because nobody knows where we live. But he claims that she said that.
Let me run that back real quick, cause I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Hold on. Let's make correct judgment before I start judging. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be judged.
Okay, what address did this happen at?
It's the Emerald Suite, Building J. I'm
Okay.
in Colorado visiting my mom right now, so I'm not in Vegas.
Did somebody
But I'm
already call
catching the
this
first
in?
flight. No, I'm the first person.
Why didn't anybody call this in earlier?
I just found out about it. It just happened.
Oh no, why didn't they call us, police?
They called me and I panicked and called you guys.
Do we know who might have taken the child or no idea?
At this point, I don't know because nobody knows where we live. But he claims that she said that she was my baby daddy's sister, but I don't talk to any of his family, and he's not on the birth certificate. He has no rights to my son.
So
and
he
he's
gave
not
this
allowed to be in
girl
contact.
the child and then they left, is that right?
He was packing my son's clothes, and she ran out the door with him.
Do we know which way they went?
No.
I ran that back a few times. I'm not gonna run it back. Maybe later on I'll catch on what's going on. I'm confused as fuck.
Okay. Do we know if they left on foot or in a vehicle?
What
Or in
the
a car.
fuck?
What color, make, and model car were they driving?
He wasn't able to see it.
Okay, that's
He was
okay.
still in the apartment when she ran out.
Okay. I already have a call set up, so I just need some more info. I want to clarify, there is no child custody paperwork involved, right? Or do you have full custody?
I have full custody.
Okay.
My baby daddy was abusive to me when I was pregnant, and he went to prison for 2 years for beating on me when I was pregnant. And so he has no rights, no nothing, shouldn't be in contact.
Okay, understood.
Okay,
was
so the
your
baby
boyfriend's
daddy don't
phone
have
number?
custody. Apparently, he told
His
someone to
name
come
is
get the
Terrell
baby.
Rose.
I'm guessing.
His phone number is area code.
Terrell Rhodes is, I guess, the baby daddy. Terrell Rhodes, I see.
Hello.
Hey, it's Metro Police on a recorded line. Is this Terrell?
Yes.
Hey, sir. I just spoke with Taylor on the phone, and she advised that her ex-boyfriend's sister may have taken her child.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get some basic information really quick. When did you last see the child?
Approximately like 50 minutes ago.
15 minutes ago?
50.
Oh, 50? Oh, okay. And then did you see which way they went when they took off?
Yeah, 50 minutes. Damn, that's an awkward number to ever get. Like, I'll be there in 50 minutes, man. Yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't even look out the door.
Okay.
I had no I ain't had no idea she was even coming over here.
Oh, okay. That's what Taylor said. And then do you know what color, make, and model car they might have left in, or no idea?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay.
All I know is she had on a gray Adidas sweatsuit.
Okay. Let me get her.
Sweatshirt and pants to match.
I ain't gonna lie, I've never seen a gray Adidas sweatsuit. Quote me if I'm wrong. Put in the comment section. I've never seen one. Never. Not even on the shelf. Gray Adidas sweatsuit. Nah, I was raised in Queens, New York. I mean, I've seen navy blue. I've seen red, black, white with the black stripes. I haven't seen gray. Gray is a rare color, dogs.
Okay, I'm gonna get her description. Did she give you?
And they in Ohio.
Excuse me?
Did she give you what her name was?
No, but her name is my girlfriend gave it to me.
Okay, because she said it's one of two possible sisters. Let me get her description. Was she white? Did she appear drunk or high at all?
No, ma'am.
Any weapons on her?
No, ma'am, not that I know of.
Okay, and then Amari, what color clothes was he last seen wearing?
He had his pajamas on still, baby blue pajamas,
Okay.
and a sweater, a gray sweater that I grabbed because I was going to start packing his stuff up, and then she just said, "Oh well, we already got everything we need for him, so you don't need to pack anything."
Okay.
So I just gave him his sweater.
And then, sir, what apartment number are you guys in?
I'm in 3107, ma'am.
Okay.
He definitely
We're gonna
he's definitely cooperating. I don't even see any foul play with son, but we'll see.
Out there as soon as we can.
Oh, gotta go through these ads.
Hulu Ad Manager is the easy way for businesses like yours to advertise on Hulu. Think of it, your ads on Hulu, a platform with the best TV around.
When officers arrived on the scene, they noted additional details and filed the missing persons report after it had been declared a civil custody matter since both Terrell and Taylor told the police earlier it was one of Amari's aunts that came to pick him up. Officers then searched the room where they lived and discovered a bag of soiled children's clothing in the closet which Terrell and Taylor confirmed belonged to Amari. A few hours later, Taylor and Terrell were interviewed for the first time.
The message to the public is, we miss our baby boy, and if he's...
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he looks sus. He definitely look a little bit sus. Look at this nigga face, man.
It had been declared a civil custody matter since both Terrell and Taylor told the police earlier it was one of Amari's aunts that came to pick him up. Officers then searched the room where they lived and discovered a bag of soiled children's clothing in the closet which Terrell and Taylor confirmed belonged to Amari. A few hours later, Taylor and Terrell were interviewed for the first time.
The message to the public is, we miss our baby boy, and if he's watching, mommy and daddy loves you, and we hope you get home soon and safely.
I bet.
To the public, just, share
No
our
tears
posts
as
on
a mother?
Facebook, share
Your
the
child
news
is missing?
reports, and
3-year-old?
try to get the word out and his picture around, and keep on a lookout to be able to find, where he is, and to be able to bring him home back safe and sound. My mom got attacked by a dog and it chewed her tendon in her ankle, so she had to have 2 hours of surgery and over 60 stitches, so she was crippled, not able to walk. So I left on Friday to go to help take care of her, and I had only been gone 4 days before I woke up to a phone call saying my son was gone. And when I found that out, I hopped in the car and drove 2.5 hours to get to the airport, since it's a small little country city, and hopped on the next plane and landed in Vegas around 2:30, and then that's when the search was able to happen. I had called police at 7 in the morning.
I want to see those court records where her mom was. I want to see those goddamn records where her mom was goddamn hurt, man. Fuck that. Fuck that. There's a child involved. Confirm that. Fuck that. I ain't buying shit. Fuck out of here.
A missing child, and the responders came out, and one called and spoke to me over the phone. The other talked to my boyfriend about the situation of what happened, and they had a misunderstanding and canceled the search, and so my son was missing for 8 hours with nobody looking for him. And then when I came in town and they were finally able to speak to me is when they finally were able to report him as missing. And they've searched.
I tried to catch her a lot. You know, sometimes you might just hit pause and you just see that little ugly look on their face, like, I catch these motherfuckers, man. I don't like it. When there's children involved, man, come on, man. That shit ain't nothing to play around with, kidnapping and shit like that. Shit is devastating, man. I'm a father too, and I got one on the way. It might be in 7 days, man.
Everything and trying to do what they can. We just wish it was, a little bit more.
From my knowledge, I was already notified that somebody would be coming over, but
who notified you? Because you didn't even know who picked the baby up, apparently.
I didn't know when, I didn't expect when, and then when somebody did come, they notified themselves as...
What? You was notified somebody was coming, you ain't know who, when, but when they did come, they were notified as what? What the fuck?
My girlfriend, baby daddy's sister, and they said they was here to pick up Amari, and notified me that it was already prearranged. So, from my understanding, from already being told by my girlfriend that...
What? And I don't even edit videos, like, you know how I'll be zooming in the camera now, like, what? To make it, no, we don't edit it. I'm not going to edit these little reactions. I'm giving you my reaction. I've never seen this shit before. This is fucking retarded, bro. What the fuck?
Somebody would be over. I wasn't told who, I wasn't told when, but I still had that in the back of my mind. So when that person knocked on the door, that's what my mind recommended right back to. So that's who I thought was there to pick up Amari. And as I'm finna call my girlfriend and pack back his back.
If I was his lawyer when I seen this video, like if this video dropped before the trial start, I know he gonna get locked up. And I haven't even seen the end of this video. I promise to God, I've never seen this video before. I'm recording and reacting as I'm not editing nothing, but this is ridiculous.
At the same time, she says that they already got everything that they need for him, and I don't need to pack anything. He'll be fine. And she recollected and she proceeded out the door. And as I'm on the phone trying to call my girlfriend, my last look of her, it was just walking down the stairs. So I closed the door and I started calling my girlfriend over and over until she answered the phone and asked her, was anybody supposed to come that day to pick up Amari? And she said no. I said the lady just came to the door, says that she's her baby daddy's sister, and they just picked up Amari. And she started freaking out. That's when I ran out the door and immediately start combing the area, looking around, see what...
He wasn't combing no area. He a sucker. And he probably has something to do with it. 'Cause the first thing, listen, I'm a father of 2, and I have one on the way that should be here within a week's time of this video. Anybody coming to pick up my children, I'm checking in with my wife to see, hey, you got somebody coming over here? You understand what I'm saying? I'm not buying this shit. Anyway, we got a long way to go, so let's see what goes down, man, because this is ridiculous. We got a long way to go. Get your popcorn, okay? Go throw the popcorn in the microwave. Roll your blunt up, okay? Put shit, you might even have time to put a kid to sleep before this shit is over. Because I ain't buying this shit, and I'm a...
I ain't see nothing. Bring our son back, wherever you at. Bring him back.
Let my 3-year-old son be gone. I would not be on a news conference. They might lock me up for just to lock me up, because they... Let me tell you, man. My 3-year-old son, 2-year-old, anything, child gets kidnapped. You tell me in a news conference?
Like immediately.
It's disgusting. I mean, he's a helpless 2-year-old. He's tiny and can't fight back. He doesn't know where he's at, doesn't know where mommy and daddy are, because we're the only 2 people that he knows. And he needs medicine.
Why is he chuckling? I don't like this dude already, man. She already looks disgusting. I see her. Look. Yeah, look. I'm not going to judge her but I got bad vibes already. Okay? I got bad vibes. We only 9 minutes in this video. I got bad vibes. Nasty work vibes.
And he's scared. He doesn't know who these people are. And we just asked to bring him back safe and sound because he doesn't deserve this. This is not okay.
And what's really sickening is that people is making assumptions, thinking that I have something to do with it, that I have her manipulated in some way, which that's sickening to me also, because...
Oh, I'm a psychic, right?
He love us. We would never do nothing like that to him.
After this interview was published, attention quickly focused on the aunts who allegedly kidnapped Amari. News outlets reached out to them for an interview regarding the incident.
We can't go by what his mom is saying at this point because we don't know what is true and what is not true. We need the public to tell us, has anyone seen Amari?
Amari's biological father, Giorgio, was also interviewed and denied having any involvement, citing that he only saw Amari.
So you know what I'm starting to think? I think that the mother and the father had something to do with it, and they just threw it on those aunties that you just seen, like, yeah, one of his, one of whoever's sister came by and picked him up. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like. Definitely some foul play.
Prior in person, and had spoken to him on video call a few times since.
I don't know where he is, and she don't know, and the police don't know. So he's kidnapped. He's gone.
Hayes lives in the Reno area and doesn't have much contact with Amari other than a visit last year in Henderson and several video calls. He's puzzled about whereabouts and upset police are questioning his family.
I don't know who has it. All I'm hearing is that the boyfriend said that my sister picked him up. My sister did not pick him up. And they searched my mom's house. And they searched my stepdad's house. And they searched my sister's house. And they tracked down my brother. Like I did something wrong. If you could track me down.
This is easily, like, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? The vibe is there. Fuck the evidence. Fuck the DNA. Sorry about the algorithm, but the evidence is there. Like this dude clearly doesn't even know what's going on, and a child is missing at the same time, and you got the mother and what, the new boyfriend? I'm supposed alleged whatever.
No.
Over there just chuckling. Nigga, the dude is chuckling during the interviews. It's a child missing. Why are you chuckling? Why are you know what I'm saying? And no, I'd be crying if my son was, or any of my children was missing.
Track him down.
Multiple search parties were spotted after the news broke out. With the entire family of the alleged abductor having been searched, the public once again pointed fingers at Taylor and Terrell. Locals organized searches for Amari over the next 2 days when on the 8th of May, Taylor and Terrell were interviewed once again by reporters.
Well, I guess just tell me your thoughts. I mean, this is 2 days now without your son. I mean, what's going through your mind?
I call it the wheel.
We're devastated and hoping for the best of his safe return, and just saying our prayers and hoping that God's looking out for him and that he's not in any type of distress or danger. We just want our baby back as soon as possible in the best condition possible.
And your thoughts?
It's prone to the amount that the father's saying that his sister didn't come get him. And if that's really the case, then where's my son?
If that's really the case, what the fuck were you doing giving your child to someone you don't even fucking know? Based off word of mouth. And if you don't know about it, why the fuck wasn't you on the phone making phone calls to your girlfriend or whatever the fuck this thing is? You know, you got somebody coming to pick the kids up. Who are they? Or X amount, like, what? Huh? The fuck out of here, man.
I mean, it seems to be, yeah, I mean, there's different stories floating around out there. I mean, can you just explain to me what you think happened? Or
He had got a knock on the door at 6 in the morning from a lady representing herself as Giorgio's sister. And then situation process, he's trying to call me to figure out what's going on. And I'm asleep in Colorado and I wasn't able to answer in time. So as he's packing the bag, she grabs the baby and runs out the apartment.
So you think this was the father's sister who came?
To my knowledge, yes.
And what is her name?
Jasmine.
Okay, and his sister. And why would she come there?
I'm not sure. They knew the area where we lived, but they never knew the apartment, so they stalked us until they were able to find where the baby was. And
why would she take him?
Because the dad wanted to be the father in the child's life.
He didn't want to see him get raised by...
Oh, so I was wrong. So I guess he the stepfather of the led missing child. And they're claiming that the real father sent the women over to come get the baby. But I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. They're like they're both involved in this shit. And as a stepfather, he probably don't want to deal with extra baby. He look like he ain't got that much money. So he don't want to take care of no goddamn baby. And he ain't had nowhere for the baby to go, so...
And her, he wants to be in his child's life with the rest of his kids. Apparently he has a house, he has...
Ladies and gentlemen, I had to stop that again. This is a nasty world we live in, man. People taking their kids' life because of their own insecurities and things of such nature, man. And it's a bad, bad thing, and this thing has been going on forever. It's not gonna stop. But you know, if you see something, say something. You know, when it comes to that type of shit, man, taking a child life, a baby life, come on, man.
Stable foundation with 4 other more children, and the only missing piece was Amari.
I've always tried to be the cordial parent, has never not allowed him to see him or contact him. I just always told him, as long as you put in the effort to be in the child's life and show that you're trying to be the father, then, you know, that's fine. But he wasn't doing that. He wouldn't reach out, wouldn't call. It would always just be a message, and once in a blue moon. It was never consistent, never like he really wanted to do that.
Taylor states Amari's father, Giorgio, never showed any interest in being in Amari's life, after stating the reason Giorgio wanted to take him was because he in fact wanted to be in Amari's life. While both statements could be true, this conflicting theory begs to question whether a man who's never really been interested in seeing his child would get his sister involved in an abduction.
And then we had an argument on Monday, and then he did this on Wednesday.
So, you're saying that she came and took him. Has anybody talked to her at this point?
Police talked to her. We've called. They're denying everything. They've been searched, and he's nowhere to be found. So we're just waiting until he shows up somewhere.
So she's saying that I didn't take him.
Yes.
Right. So who do you know who went there with him in the first place? Then.
What do you mean?
With the hotel. Who took Amari to the hotel? Was he?
What hotel?
It wasn't. Weren't they staying at the Emerald Suites?
Yeah. Yes, that's where we live.
That's where you live. Okay, I'm confused.
You live at the Emerald Suites. They going to jail. All right, look, we 14 minutes in this shit. This shit is 51 minute fucking got. Yo, they going to jail, man. Both of them. Both of these motherfuckers right here. They the ones who did this shit.
So
we lived at the Emerald Suites, and nobody knew which apartment or whatever, so they stood outside watching to see where we were.
Okay.
And then that's when they realized, you know, they finally saw Amari and saw him with him, and then that's when they came knocking on the door.
So who was at the Emerald Suites that day then?
He was left with Terrell.
With you? Okay, that's what I thought. And so can you just explain what were you guys doing prior to, or what were you doing in the morning?
Before that occurred, we had just woke up. I had just fed him breakfast.
Hold up. He saying they had just woke up, but she said she was somewhere out of state doing some shit, right? In Colorado or something. I mean, you might want to run it back. I ain't gonna run it back, and I ain't about to edit this video neither. It's raw dog. Like, you gotta pay attention. If you hear, you hear. But she said she was out of state, if I'm not mistaken. So.
And I was in the room on my phone at this time, laying down. He's in there playing with his toys, and all of a sudden there's a knock on the door. And it was a woman saying that she was her baby daddy's sister.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she was there to pick up my stepson.
Uh-huh. And did you know her? Had you know her?
I'd never seen any sides of her baby daddy's family.
So you didn't know this woman? So then what happened?
So then I go to proceed to, okay, I'm going to pack him a bag up, pack some of his belongings up, and when that happens, I turn around to call her to tell her if this are this true, was this really prearranged?
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm doing that, she says she don't need anything from my stepson. They got everything they need for him, and basically just took off.
So you gave? Did she take him then at that point?
She just basically said she got everything that she needs for him, and just left.
Now, but you didn't know her though, correct? You never seen her. So you didn't? Did you?
I don't even know how to stamp clips in the YouTube section.
Not
1644. Okay. comment 1644 if you have, if you've been watching, if you've been rocking with me till this long in the video. I need you to comment 1644 and what the you think about what the hell you just seen. Because I can't give my opinion. This algorithm is crazy. Just try to keep it a little bit polite. All right? For my page's sake. But, yeah, it's getting a little crazy.
Know this person you're letting take Amari away?
I mean, from my knowledge, I already was told like someone was going to stop by, somebody was going to, but I never knew who. So I still had that in my headset.
Who told you somebody was going to stop by? Because apparently the own baby mother didn't know. Who told you? Who told you that?
Somebody was coming by.
Who said somebody was going to come by?
That's what I was notified from my girlfriend prior to those days leading up.
Okay, so did you tell him that somebody was going to come by and get him?
I never said anybody was coming to get anybody. But I did say somebody would be by. So with that being planted in his head, he...
That's what I took that as.
Took it as she was there for Amari.
So who do you think actually what came to the door and took him away then? Do we even know?
We know, and police are investigating everything and doing the best of what they can to try to reach out to everyone and try to find him wherever he is.
And I'm sorry, just so I'm clear then, who do you think came to the door that day and took him away?
His sister.
His sister, okay. So do you think indeed that was the sister who came that day?
Yes.
To take the, okay. And what did she say to you? I mean,
hopefully them sisters work and they could prove wherever they was at, cause that's all they need. Cause them two, look at them, look at him, look at his face, look at her face.
Did you talk to her?
The only words that we had were that she was there to pick up my stepson, and that she already had talked to my girlfriend about it. So when I turned around to go pack his bags up, get his few belongings together, she already said that she didn't need anything. They had everything for him, and that was it.
You didn't even give him all of his things and stuff then,
She
correct?
didn't take anything.
She didn't take anything from you guys, okay. So now, did you okay the sister to come and get him?
No, but his family never knew where we lived. They knew the area, but not the apartment number. And I never...
As soon as she said his family never knew, blah, 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 he over there. Oh, God. Foul play like a motherfucker, man.
Spoke to anyone giving the okay for anyone to come and take him or have him or anything. They just showed up uninvited.
Okay.
A 3-stone ring?
I see you eyeing our 3-stone ring. The clarity is incredible. And because we know budget is...
So you never told him that she was coming? No. But did you tell him somebody was coming?
Yes.
But did you tell him who was coming?
No.
No. So
when she arrived, that's first thought I had in my head was, oh, so this was the someone, I guess, that was coming.
Okay.
I'm like, yo, I don't do detective work. I never even did a review on some shit like this. But this shit is clear as day. Clear as fucking day.
I'm sorry, just so I'm clear, I'm sorry I keep asking redundant questions, but so are you saying that the sister never had permission to come and get him?
Correct.
She just came and took him?
Yes.
Okay. And have you talked to her lately? So I think you just told me that.
No, I haven't spoken to him or to his family in a year and a half. That was the first time that Giorgio went to prison 3 years ago for abusing me while I was pregnant. And he got released last year around August, and he visited him 2 days while he was in town, and that was the only time Giorgio's ever met and seen Amari.
Okay.
So his family, that was the first time they had seen him, was the one day of the visit. They haven't been to contact me, they haven't showed any emotion towards this. They haven't contacted me to get the story. They haven't contacted me to see what...
He needs a cigarette. Look at him. Look how he looking at it. Look. He trying to catch her eye contact. Look, and she, that news camera's so bad. That's why, news camera, they could have been bringing DSLRs. It look a little bit more, less intimidating. When they got that big ass shit in. Yo. Look how she look. She like, you be like, you don't even know if you got a gap or a spit between the gaps, or like it's just a whole white sheet. Like, he over there like he from the side like, look at him, look. Damn, look at him.
Where he is, they're not telling me anything.
To this point, Taylor has not reached out to the family she claims took Amari. The only contact they've had is through the investigation, since she claims the families aren't on good terms. Imagine yourself a parent of a missing child that you knew where they were. Would you avoid contacting the abductor directly because of petty personal problems, or would you plead and do anything for them to give you your child back?
He sends a video into the newscasting and he's smiling in the video. He's not showing any type of emotion, like as if he's really a concerned parent. It's like he just wants the publicity from it.
So my understanding is he hasn't seen Amari much.
No.
Is what we were told.
I've been present.
You've been here, okay. So if he really hasn't been around, why do you think now all of a sudden he wanted to be around Amari?
We've always had, like I said earlier, I've always tried to be the cordial person, try to co-parent and whatnot. If he reaches out to me, I respond back. He's asked to see him a few times, but we haven't been able to make that arrangement work out yet. So he has asked to see him before. He has asked for him to come out there. He asked to have him for Christmas, and we had already booked plans before he had asked, so we weren't able to make that happen. So he has tried to, but like I said, he doesn't put in any effort into trying to, be a father in his life. So I'm not gonna.
He's asked to see them several times, several different holidays, I'm presuming, birthdays, and he doesn't fall into the timing. So how isn't he trying?
Send my son to a complete stranger when I've been through that, and I'm trying to give my son the best life that he can and not have to go through the things that I did as in my childhood. So I'm telling him, be more involved, FaceTime more so he can recognize you, so he can get an idea who you are. And he never wants to do that. He expects everyone to do what he says on his time.
Let me back up just for a second. So when they came over, you said you called her, right? And you didn't talk to him right away?
No, I was still asleep, so my phone, I didn't hear the first few calls until it was already too late.
And when was it? How long was it when she came and took Amari till you actually finally talked to her?
It wasn't that long. Probably like a minute.
Oh, just quick.
I called
then.
repeatedly.
Okay.
Until she answered the phone.
And then what did you do after she left with him?
I went running around the complex, just trying to search for any type of whereabouts or if I see anything.
Terrell states once he realized Amari wasn't supposed to be picked up, he ran out the door.
See that face? I don't know, man. And I've been saying it was something fishy about this motherfucker right here. I don't know. Sometimes it just go with a vibe, man. And I've been locked up too. Sometimes police do got the vibe, and you get away, you can finagle it, but A vibe is a vibe, man. And it's little, trust me, if police know you wrong, sometime they'll probably, shit, they'll say they wrong. And we know when we wrong, you know? So the wrong will always know who's wrong. And the right will always know who's right. But I've been getting a vibe since this shit started. Like, they story. Like, the story always tell the truth. Because, you know, if you innocent, man, if my shorty tells a story to the police right now, and I tell a story, it's going to be something similar. We have different lives, of course, yes, but the story will be similar if the truth is the truth. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna, you know, it conjuncts with each other, man. And their story was all over the place. So let's see what happens here.
And started looking around for him. Yet when police dispatch called him 50 minutes after Amari was taken, he stated he didn't even look outside when asked if he saw which way the abductor went.
So so when you finally did get a hold of her, what did you tell her?
I asked her, was anybody supposed to come get him? Was that who she was talking about when she said someone's going to be by?
And what did you say?
No.
I was in panic mode and I told him no.
Okay, so now you're thinking, okay, I was not supposed to probably do that or whatever the case, and then
It's crazy. They send these, like, they fell into the first part of the trap, because they would have played this interview smooth or just simply avoid this interview. They probably would have been better off. Now I know they're gonna get locked up.
so you started running around, looking around. Can you tell me more about that?
There's nothing. I was running around, found nothing, seen nothing. They were already gone.
He never handed the baby off to anybody. She took him.
So there was no reason to look. Now, when did you call police? Did you call, when?
Right after.
And what did they tell you?
They came out and it was a misunderstanding, said it was a civil matter, and stopped the pursuit of a missing child until I arrived into town at 3.
And what would you say to Amari? I mean, she's out there watching and it's TV, or the sister's watching, or whoever's. What would you say to him?
If anybody got him, bring him back. If anybody know anything, let us know.
Ladies, I'm gonna let y'all know. Make sure you know the man you're letting into your children's lives. You hear me? I'm gonna say it again. Make sure you are aware of the man that you're letting enter your children's lives, whether you have a son or a daughter, because the outturn could be catastrophic.
That he loves him, and we hope that he's okay and playing happy, and we're gonna bring you home soon.
I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, it just must be to not have the little boy. I mean, anybody who has a child would just be going, "What the heck?"
It's
You know?
sickening. He's a little mini human. He's 2. He's defenseless and has no say so. He can't defend himself. He can't, say I'm done here and I'm coming home. He can't walk. He doesn't know.
You see, that's the mother, so she always gonna give it her all, and I think that she is innocent to an extent, but he is guilty as a motherfucker. He can't even bear to be on camera no more. That's how much it's hitting him right now.
Anything. And to do this to a child is disgusting, when in reality all you needed was communication.
And I know that a lot of people there's a lot of things being said. There's probably some rumors floating around. There's all probably kinds of crazy talk happening. People might start pointing the finger at your boyfriend, or maybe even you. I mean, what would you say if that starts to happen? What would your response be to that?
It's inaccurate. It's a bunch of strangers just reading comments and not understanding the situation, not understanding the background, and just trying to put their 2 cents into it when it's all inaccurate. All this negative, hateful energy of pointing fingers at me and him can be put in.
That ain't hateful energy. it's common ground. Like, come on, man, we ain't blind. Fuck you talking about hateful energy.
We put into trying to find our baby and bring him home instead of causing more drama. I mean, we're hurting enough. We're all distraught over this. We're a complete mess, breaking down. And reading all these things and seeing all these hateful things is not helping the situation at all. If we knew where our son was, we would bring him home.
Is there anybody in the family pointing the finger at you at this point? Have you heard anybody talking bad about you?
His side of the family, of course. We've never had the best relationship, even when me and baby daddy was together. His family didn't like me because I was white and didn't approve of our relationship. And so it's always...
She lying. Now she's starting to lie. You see that? I already pinpointed in the beginning of this shit where I felt he was lying. This is where she's lying. And it was foul play. And I don't think the baby, like I said, y'all, I don't know if the first time you hear it, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. I've never watched this in my life. I've never seen this case. You know what I'm saying? I just stumbled across it, and I said, boom, let me just do a, react to whatever I see. I don't know. She look like she's involved in the foul play as well. Fuck all that trip to wherever the fuck she said she was at. Fuck that. She was involved. They both involved. And we're going to watch the end of this shit.
There's been bad blood in the family, especially after he went to prison. They blame me for it when really it was his actions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was the abuser, not me. His own actions put him there.
And lastly, and I'm sorry I'm going to ask you this again, but can you say who you think was going to come and get him? You told your boyfriend that somebody was going to come and get him. Who was that?
I never said anyone was going to come and get him. It was, like I said, it was a misunderstanding. The only person that I would have sent over there would be my grandmother.
Okay. So you didn't tell him, hey, someone's coming at some point.
I said somebody would be pulling up and I'll let you know when, but I never said for what or anything. It was a misunderstanding. We had our little disagreement, and I'm poking the bear, he's poking the bear back, and so I, let out the comment, and coincidentally it matches the situation that we're in.
Because that's going to be confusing to people. People are going to hear that. Well, I told you to that somebody might be coming, but I'm not really,
confusing to me.
He was distraught that I was gone, and he wanted me to come back home and, be with my family. And I had told him that, I needed to take care of my mom for the moment. And so he was just upset about it and was, emotional over it. And
are you talking your boyfriend or
yes,
the dad?
My boyfriend.
Your boyfriend, okay.
My boyfriend.
The misunderstanding Taylor's referring to here was an argument that took place between the two of them. Taylor claims that the argument was because Terrell was distraught over her going to Colorado, yet the police report taken when officers spoke to both Taylor and Terrell for the first time stated that the argument took place around 3 a.m. on the 5th of May and was about how she was breaking up with Terrell, which was the reason she told him that someone would be by. What's important to analyze here is the inability for Taylor to explain the reason behind the statement comfortably. While this could be because Taylor didn't want their relationship drama in the public, her decision to vaguely explain the reason for that statement would lead some to believe that the relationship she was already over is more important than telling the comfortable truth.
My boyfriend was emotional that I wasn't in Vegas anymore, that I was in Colorado, that he was upset that I had left them.
Okay. And so did you say that meaning, somebody's going to come get him because I'm mad at you and I'm just going to take him? No, I mean just, okay.
Just, if he needed help or if, to come get some more of my stuff or...
Okay.
I never intended for anyone to come and get him on.
Okay, and can you just kind of clarify that? I mean, again, I know that people are going to hear that and say, well, she's saying this and saying that. I mean, so you didn't tell, what exactly did you tell him? Who was going to come or who wasn't going to come?
When me and Terrell had our disagreement of me being gone, I had texted back and said that, somebody...
So, you want to get hired before summer ends? The hottest tech companies are desperate to hire for customer success and tech sales positions. We'll get you job ready and just
Somebody will be by and I'll let you know when. But I never said clarified for what, for who, for anything. And I never even contacted anybody to come get him or, you know, nothing. And so when she did show up, he had that in the back of his head, so he thought that's what I meant when I never gave permission to anybody to come and take him.
And why did you say that? Because you were upset?
We were both upset, and, you know, just he pokes the bear, I poke the bear back.
Okay. And you're talking about your boyfriend?
Yes.
And
Now, one Ted, this whole video, that is, I don't know if she is like military raised, maybe. Y'all let me know in the comment section, but look at her fucking face right now. I need y'all to look at her motherfucking face, man. Does that look like a mother who just lost a child or can't find their child? Or a 3-year-old?
I mean, this whole story, it sounds confusing, it sounds like we're lying, it sounds like, you know, it's a whole, it's just a big confusion.
Right.
And the circumstances of everything else, it makes it look that way too, but Terrell loves Amari like he's his own. He's been the one who's been taking care of Amari. Amari loves Terrell just as much as he does. If you ask Terrell, he'll sit here and tell you that Amari has his DNA. That's how far he really feels that that's his son. Mm-hmm. And at this point, you can't sit here and say anything negative for a man to be taking care of another man's baby. You know, he's sitting here doing the job himself when Giorgio could have been doing that, but he chose not to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the intent of that comment was you were upset, and you were trying to kind of hurt him at the point. You said, I poked the bear, he poked the bear.
Basically. You know, you're in a relationship, you know everything about the person. Mm-hmm. You've been around them so long, you know their flaws, you know they're you know what makes them happy, what doesn't. So we're sitting here arguing and
these bitches are nasty, man. Don't get caught up in shit like this. Put a condom on, man, and avoid it all.
No, we take it a little too far sometimes.
But you know, people are going to say, well, my gosh, why did he give the child to somebody he really didn't even know?
He never handed the baby off to anybody. She was standing in the door frame. It's a weekly, so it's all open floor plan and whatnot. So he had turned his back to go pack the bag and call me. And at that point, when he was calling me, I was asleep, so I couldn't hurry up and answer. So she grabbed Amari, because he's running around playing with his toys. Mm-hmm. She grabbed him and said she didn't need anything and rushed out the house.
Both Taylor and Terrell acknowledged the abductor rushed out the door, which leads us to believe Terrell understood at the moment that the person had taken Amari quickly in a manner that prompted Terrell to frantically call since he suspected something was wrong. What's important to note here is that according to Terrell, only about a minute surpassed from the moment Terrell started calling and packing a bag at the same time to when she rushed down 3 flights of stairs, got in her car, and drove away out of sight before Terrell had a chance to look outside.
The time that I had answered, he ran downstairs and she wasn't in the parking lot. She wasn't on the property. They were already gone.
Oh, so what floor were you on?
We're on the 3rd floor.
You're on the 3rd floor. Okay, so were both of them up on the 3rd floor?
Correct.
Amari and your boyfriend were both up there. And when did she take him? When he was upstairs, or was he somewhere else?
Upstairs. They were in the apartment the whole time. She stood in the door frame when she took him.
Okay, and then when did he see her take him?
Yes.
And then he didn't say anything because he thought somebody was coming, correct? And then they just left.
He was just trying to call me and understand what was going on because he was clueless as well.
Yeah.
So by the time that I had answered the 1-2 minutes later, it was too late.
Okay. And did he see what kind of car she was driving or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
So she ran out 3 flights of stairs and got away in a car. You didn't even see the car pull off?
Well, anything else that you want to say? What else did I miss, or what do you think is important for people to know?
Once you hear that, what anything you want to say? Did I miss anything? It's over.
Giorgio sitting over here posting pictures of him and Amari together when those pictures was the one and only time that he ever met him, and that was a whole year and a half ago. And now they're posting a bail, or not a bail, they're posting a reward and sitting here denying that they have Amari, sitting here pointing fingers at us when, you know, if Terrell didn't even know that he had any siblings or knew any about his family background, why would he make up saying that his sister took him when he didn't even know that he had a sister? And Terrell didn't give the baby to nobody. Somebody came and took him. He, like I said, he loves Amari like he's his, and he's a complete mess over this. I'm a complete mess over this.
He definitely don't love him like he says. You ain't about to come pick my child up without. I need consent. After consent, I need the consent a week prior, a day prior, 2 days prior, 72 hours prior, 48 hours prior. I need to be reminded somebody about to come in. I need to hear about 30 times.
Have you talked to police lately? I mean, what are they telling you? What are you telling them at this point?
I mean, I'm giving the police everything of our knowledge of what's going on, our knowledge of where he could be at, and they're writing everything down, looking into everything, and they're doing the best that they can, and we're just trying to help influence them into looking into the right direction.
Okay, and do you think they're doing enough at this point? Or?
I feel like they could be doing a lot more. I mean, he was...
This motherfucker doing enough at this point. Look at him. He can't even look at the camera. He hasn't looked at the camera in the last any segment they've had. It's just been her. He's done. Look at him. Look at him. What did you do, man? Just let the people know now before we get to the end of the video.
Missing for 8 hours and nobody was looking for him because of a misunderstanding over the phone when they could have just made another phone call and verified.
So do you think they should have looked more right away and started a search at the right when you called?
Yes.
Okay. And anything else you want to say to people or any other thoughts that you have?
I bet you don't say nothing. Look at him. What you got to say?
I just want him back. I just want him back where he need to be, back with us. Like people is making this a finger pointing game, and this is not a finger pointing game.
I bet you look to the left. Look at his eyes.
Following the interview, the public turned once again to Amari's aunts, considering that regardless of the fact they had all been searched and interviewed, Taylor and Terrell still believed they had Amari somewhere, and even replied to a comment on one of her posts to which she stated that Giorgio's family had Amari hidden with someone else. Search parties increased in size and continued in confusion, considering the conflicting stories from the family members. Taylor's mother, Carrie Howard, then spoke to the media and made some revealing statements.
Carrie Howard says Amari's mom, Taylor Nicholson, who's her daughter, landed in Colorado to help her recover from surgery on April 30th. She tells me they FaceTimed with Amari that night and he seemed happy, but that's the last time she says she saw her grandson. She says in the following days she did not see her daughter FaceTime with Amari again. Then her daughter said she received a call that he was kidnapped and she rushed back to Las Vegas. She also says she believes her daughter and her boyfriend's story isn't adding up.
We're not thinking that your boyfriend who just gave your son away to a stranger, like you're not finding anything wrong with that? I'm terrified over here. I'm a freaking mess. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't heal.
She also tells me Amari was also supposed to visit her in Colorado and she purchased a plane ticket for him, but her daughter decided to leave him in Las Vegas with her boyfriend instead. I called Amari's mother, Taylor Nicholson, today. We
gotta protect these kids, man, for real. It's nasty out here, man. Very nasty. Nothing but foul play.
We talked, and when I asked her more about her boyfriend's story, it appears she hung up.
Hundreds of people flooded Taylor's Facebook page, with some empathizing with the mother, while others blaming her and Terrell for Amari's disappearance. One conversation that took place between Taylor and a local that had organized the search party group was screenshotted and posted on her profile. The conversation shows Taylor messaging first, asking when, where, and who organized the group. She then messages once again and asks if the location of the search mentioned was the McDonald's that was located right across the street from where they lived. She also stated that that search in that area would be pointless. Taylor was active on social media, posting about her missing son about an average of 2 times a day, yet locals scrutinized her for not showing up to most of the searches. Taylor's reason was because she didn't feel safe around all the hateful negative energy and chose to instead work with the police department, as well as remain active on social media. One of the shocking comments made by Taylor's mother, Carrie, later that day stated that she would focus on the area her own daughter didn't want others to search. This comment was later erased when Taylor limited the comments on her post, but was screenshotted and posted in one of the Facebook search groups. Over the next few days, searches for Amari continued when on May 11th, a press conference was held.
That's one thing. Once it hit Facebook, that case gonna get discovered. Best detectives on Facebook, social media, period. Yeah, I seen what happened with who case was that? It was like one Young Dolph. It was 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Look how many they got people who did it and people who conspired to it. Like, that's crazy. Okay? Through the help of social media.
And the Nevada Child Seekers Organization.
So the reason why we're here today is because it's been 6 days and we don't want the public to forget about Amari. We want to keep his name out there. We want to keep his face out there. We're asking that if anyone could help us get a billboard for Amari, that would be useful. If someone could help us with a website where the public could call in and give any type of tips that they have for Amari, that would be useful. We don't want him to be another story. We want people to remember Amari and help us bring him home safely.
Do you feel confident that Amari's not with anyone on the paternal side of the family? You know everyone in your family, right? And if the person said that they were on the paternal side, is there any possibility that someone on your side of the family has him, or you've ruled that out?
There's no possibility that anyone on our side of the family has him. And that's why we're out here, to try to figure out who does have him. Someone has to have seen something.
Have you been in contact with the mother's side of the family? Are they helping? And I know yesterday you said they're not pointing fingers or any of that, but what's their involvement? And are they trying to help too?
We have not been in contact with the mother's side of the family. We are open to working with her. We want her to know that we want to help her find Amari. Like I mentioned before, we're moms. I can't imagine what it's like to not have your son at home for 6 days in a row and have no idea where he is. So we want to help her find her son.
What is your reaction to knowing that she's not out here with you guys trying to help?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. And I don't want to speculate because I don't want her to feel like we're against her. But we're here to help her. We want to help her find her son.
That afternoon, Terrell was called in for...
Yeah, let me know what y'all think about that. Maybe she couldn't make it. I don't know. But she... all I see is foul play from the beginning. So, I mean, it's just making her case look worse. But I do think in some circumstances, when it's something like that, maybe a parent might miss a press conference, might be another press conference somewhere else. That's, I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section.
For questioning regarding the seizure of his phone that day. What investigators found was a deleted video taken by Terrell showing Amari urinating in his clothes before he's being hit by Terrell twice before the video ends. After what we imagine to be an intense questioning asking for a confession, Terrell draws a map showing the location of where he put Amari's body. Terrell confessed that after Amari urinated on himself, he became angry and hit Amari twice in the face. Amari then started gasping for air, and Terrell states that he tried to perform CPR but was unable to.
The female officer punches Rhodes multiple times in the head, trying to get back her weapon. It's a life or death fight, all out chaos as other officers run in to help.
Drop the gun!
The female officer continues hitting Rhodes, jumping on the table to regain control.
Drop the gun! Terrell, drop the gun! You're making things worse!
It is 4-on-1, and the officers finally managed to get the gun away. They say during the struggle, Rhodes said, quote, "I'm gonna kill."
He a dirtbag. This dude's a dirtbag, man. And I seen it from the beginning. From the fucking beginning.
On May 12th, only 7 days after Amari was reported missing, Amari's body was located right across the street from where they lived, which was also, coincidentally, next to the McDonald's Taylor stated was pointless to search around. CSI arrived at the scene and questioned Taylor as well as the aunts and let them know that Terrell had confessed. Neither Taylor or the aunts were arrested, while Terrell was charged with the murder of Amari Nicholson as well as 3 attempted murder charges on police officers. The full interrogation footage was requested but is still unavailable to the public.
And with the heartbreaking news of Amari's murder, his maternal grandmother is now talking to us. She says she learned of this devastating news earlier today from her own father after the boy's mother contacted him. Madison Kimbrough continues our team coverage tonight with the family's reaction.
Yo, man, I think I'm gonna end it here. This was a real nasty story, man, and all the fathers out there, you know, protect your children, man, just like me. Luckily, I'm not in these circumstances. I have a beautiful wife and kids. So, I mean, if things are unfortunate for you as a father, try to make things as cordial as possible. And just be aware of the new man in the house, because you never know, man.